Hi, you're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com. That's part of Tequila Aficionado Media. I am Mike Morales here in San Antonio, and that gentleman out there is
Rick Levy in San Diego.
And Rick, tonight we have another. This is really cool. I've been chasing these guys for a long time, and it's Azunia.
This is another organic tequila line from Matitan.
Yeah. Really exciting about this. I remember when it first came on the scene. They were at another distillery, and at the time they had another brand coming out of there. I forget what you don't know the gnome number on that first one.
It was 1503.
1503, and they had another tequila coming out of there almost simultaneously, and it was regional. Or regional, it was spelled regional, but it was at that time better than Azunia. I used to call Azunia regional light because the flavor profiles were very similar, but they weren't as fuerte as the regional. Now I don't know if you can find regional on the shelves. Go get one.
And so that was like back around 2010, right?
Right. Even prior to that, I think. But this is the new distillery. This is the new look. When they switched up distilleries, Bill Walton, the old guy from the Lakers and UCLA, he got involved, and all of a sudden things are happening for these guys. So
yeah, it seems to be like a relaunch of it.
Yeah, I think so too. A new distillery. The new one is, let's see.
It's 1426.
1426. Now, I will let you in, Rick, on something interesting. For those of you who are watching and have seen our Last Tequila Standing videos on our YouTube channel or playlist, you'll see Jim Riley, a young Jim Riley, with an old bottle of Azunia, and he actually did our show. And at the time, they had always wanted to be organic, but they could never get the certification. It was always in the works. I mean, organic certification is not cheap, folks. It
takes a long time.
Yeah, but this is now with the new distillery. This is officially an organic tequila, and we're excited, Rick and I, because this is going to be one heck of a dogfight in the organic tequila category. So, looking forward to it. This is one of my favorite. Now my favorite flavor profiles are the ones out of a Matitan.
Yeah.
So
right there next to the volcano gives it a distinctive profile.
Well, what glassware shall we use tonight?
Well, I think since we're starting with the Blanco, I think for the Blanco I'll probably try it in both the Riedel and the Glencairn.
Okay.
I have some other glasses I'm going to pull out when we start getting to the barrel expressions.
Okay.
But I think for the Blanco, I'm going to compare using these.
I'm using the Stossel. This is the nosing glass. For those of you who are unaware, we've been playing with new glassware. If you follow us at all, and I'm sure you have if you're watching us, then you know that we're experimenting with new glassware for tequilas because we feel that the Riedel glass has gone the way of the it's an old tool. It's reliable in most cases, but I think the quality of the juice we're getting, especially with the organic categories, Rick, it's important for us to play around with proper glassware, and so I'm going to give this one a try again.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think the real artisanal tequilas have really outgrown Riedel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Riedel needs to step up its game too. I mean, a lot of tequila producers have always thought that Riedel needed to make separate glassware for the different regions and growing zones in the 5 different states, for that matter, and just in Jalisco alone.
Shiny.
It is, and oh wow. Oh, my gosh. There she is. Oh.
Oh, Matitan.
Matitan.
Oh, well, that is beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is
Yeah,
so
there's no
fresh
nonsense.
and
There's no
clean.
nonsense in there. It's just
No.
gorgeous. So, all right. So these are estate-grown organic tequilas. Grown now, apparently, they're from the same fields. The agaves are still provided by Sergio Partida Zuniga,
Okay.
who was the person behind this brand at 1503. But then I guess 1503 fell on some hard times. You know,
There was a lot of
brands died.
controversy and stuff going on there.
So Azunia was delisted from the CRT's brands lists from 1503 around November, December 2012, and then it popped back up at 1426 in March of 2013.
Wow. Well, that sounded like it was a complete movement of everything, resources, and yeah, you're right. It's kind of like a relaunch, really.
And so I believe Sergio is the brother of one of the owners at 1426.
I know that they're related. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's a large family. I think they were sort of related also with the original Partida family that did Partida Tequila. In fact, the last time I saw Azunia at a show, it was at Spirits of Mexico. It was actually the last show that I attended and actually worked. It was funny. I was working with the Don Cuco family. I was in their booth, and down the way, a little ways in the hotel, or outside the hotel, was Azunia, and Liliana Partida was the person working with the brand. So very similar to Sofia having worked with Partida Tequila. Her sister Liliana was working with Azunia, and I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm not sure exactly how that whole family thing kind of worked out or didn't work out, but the brand has survived.
Yeah. Well, I believe they all started out as agaveros.
Yes.
Growing agaves, and then when the brand Partida was created, they actually used the name of the agaveros, and they put that name on the tequila, and built a new distillery and everything. And so that was named after Enrique Partida. And so I think the folks involved with this are the children of Enrique.
Could be.
I believe. That's my guess.
Yeah. I mean, if any of the Partidas are watching, if they want to set us straight, just let us know. Well, we wouldn't mind hearing the family tree, how that all works out.
Yeah.
All I know is that they're very gifted. I mean, if you have anybody with the last name Partida Zuniga, I mean, right now, I'm loving what I'm smelling, man. This is so fresh and clean, and it almost smells like green agave, not so much baked. Are you getting any baked?
I'm definitely getting baked agave.
Okay, well, see, this is the Stossel, and
I'm getting like a buttery roasted agave,
and I'm getting more of the fruit
and the floral.
More green, more floral. Yes, which really is kind of unusual with a tequila out of a Matetan. It's not usually as floral. I mean, I'm even getting some lime zest. I'm getting some of that also.
Yeah. So they're baking the agaves in clay brick ovens.
Okay.
And then they're crushing them in a roller mill. But then they are doing my favorite. They're doing open air fermentation with natural yeasts. They're using stainless steel tanks. And so, they're really...
Let's not forget, this is organic. So that means that the whole process is being watched from the field to the distillery and from the distillery to the bottle. It is certified organic by BioAgriCert, who seems to be getting the bulk of that business. It does carry the USDA seal, so it is official. They say so proudly. I'm happy for Jim and for Jim Riley and all the investors because I know it was a thing. it was on their list to do for a long time, and they finally have achieved it. So I'm happy for them because that was a long time coming. It really was.
Yeah. And so that's Intersect Beverages, right? Jim Riley?
Yes. He does a lot of off-road racing. We don't want to do anything offshore if we can avoid it. He does a lot of off-road racing. He does the Baja race in trucks. Does it every year. You know, you can't miss him if you follow him. It's always about dirt and trucks. So and the big Azunia splash across the car or the truck. So
cool.
Let's try this. I gotta taste this.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, citrus. I'm getting that mineral quality from Amatitan.
Yep. Did
You
get
know
any white pepper? Did you get some explosion
Yeah.
on the palate?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A nice burst of white pepper.
Yes. And then the finish is kind of like, right now it's medium to short, I think. Short to medium. Let's go there.
Yeah. I'm being left with a nice tinkle on the palate. But
Yes.
yeah, it's like a medium finish.
Wow. This tequila will stand up to just about any, we always talk about whether it's cocktail worthy or not, but tequilas like this, when you're looking at organic tequilas, it's nice that they're versatile. I like that they're versatile, but really you want to spend time with this one. This is just, if you're into Blancos, holy cats, man. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And it's got that great Amatitan taste to it that I just love. I used to say that I could pick it out of a lineup because it really is distinctive. And I think Rick, you can too. I think you've come to appreciate what the Highlands have versus the Valley and versus, this is technically, I really think it should be its own region. Some people think it is actually the cradle of tequila production because of archaeological finds, and then the what they consider the lowlands or tequila, the tequila pueblo, really different. But there's just something about this, and it's got to be the volcanic soil. It has to be the water too. Do they say what kind of water source they're using?
Oh, let's see. I don't think I have any information on the water.
Does it say on the bottle?
I don't think so.
Because
it does say that they're using a charcoal filtration process after distillation.
Okay, so there's a filtration step going on. Yeah, let's see. 100% Blue Weber agave from dedicated fields in the Jalisco Mountains.
I would imagine they're using the local water.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's well water or if it's aquifer or I think in that area. I'm not being from the area. I don't actually know where the water source is, but it is the Rancho Miravalle, and it's the let's see. Certified by Bayer AgriCert, and it is Agaveros Unidos de Amatitan. I love this stuff, man. I know, I like I said.
And I like the new look too.
I do too.
Yeah.
What do you think? Brand of Promise nominee, and well, of course, in the organic category, we must.
Yeah. It's definitely nominated for the flavor profile.
Oh yeah. What do you think about the packaging? Do you think we should go one step further? And it's a very elegant.
Sure. I really do think that the packaging was done well. I like it much better than the old look.
Yeah, I do too. Look, nice cork. It's a short cork. With it's a wooden cork with the synthetic in it. No leakage. No, I mean it's very secure, very stately on the. There's a lot to be said about a simple, elegant label. I'm not sure I think what they're letting what's going on is as we go with the other darker, older expressions, you'll see that the juice is doing all the talking. The labels are almost virtually all the same until we get to the extra añejo, which you'll see later on. But when you let the juice do the talking, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, Brand of Promise nominee. We're just stunned, ladies and gentlemen. We're like, we're in organic agave heaven. This is just
It's beautiful.
What do you say? It's just congratulations to Bill Walton and Jim Riley and all those guys at Azunia and everybody else. The folks. I think this was sent to us by their brand rep in Colorado, I believe. She may be the regional manager as well. Our thanks to her for finally giving us some Azunia. And I gotta tell you, man, that organic category, that bar just got raised.
Oh, do we have an MSRP on this?
I don't have one, but they're readily available in several different states. You could probably look them up everywhere. I would imagine Total Wine carries them. All the usual names and suspects. They thankfully they didn't lose their distribution. Their shelf space. They actually gained once they moved and they acquired the investors and the money and they got everything in order. I think their presence has increased in other states. Maybe off camera we can look that up and find out.
Well, and people should definitely check it out. It's been a long time since I had the previous version of the juice from 1503, but from what I recall, I think this is a lot better.
I do too.
I think the 1503 had actually won awards as well back in 2010 and 2011.
Well, like I said, if you liked that flavor profile, you would have loved Regional. Right? This is more in your face, more agave. It's got a great agave punch, and to me, it's more reminiscent of Regional, because Regional was just stupendous. But the previous iteration of Azunia, in my opinion, was Regional Light, because it had that faint Regional taste. And it almost like instead of working with each other, they kind of worked against each other. In my opinion, this is way better. You're right. I totally agree with you. I think it's a much better iteration. They did it right. Congratulations to those guys. Brand and
I'm getting a price of $37 for the Blanco at Old Town Tequila.
There you go. Right down the street from you.
So that's for this quality at that price, that's potentially a bargain.
Yeah. I mean, even if they knock a couple of bucks off of it, that's a steal at that point. So go get you some. That's our take on Azunia Blanco, organic Blanco. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio.
Rick Levy in San Diego.
And you have been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com and Tequila Aficionado Media. Subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Press the red button. If you've had this tequila, tell us what you think in the comments. And stick around because we're about ready to jump into the rest of these expressions. But as we like to say before we jump, tomar sabiamente.